Hello everyone, this is the love video for the horoscope Cancer for the month of January 2019. So we're already in the new year. I would like to announce to you that the offer was already over as of December 15th, which I had the special price. However, if you would still like to book my readings, you can go to my website, ameliatarot.com, and there you can see the booking page. If you have any additional inquiries, you can also email me, ameliatarot13@gmail.com. So I'll explain here the decks. I have my regular deck here. I have the Lenormand cards, the Psychic Oracle, yes. And then I have lastly here a message from the angels, which I really want to give you a special message to start the new year off. Okay, so we're going to get started here, Cancer, with your reading. I'll explain to those of you that have never seen my channel before that I shuffle my deck and 7 cards turn over. And those are the ones that I interpret. I do 3 lines of 7 cards. You can pick before that I start line 1, 2, or 3. Or you can simply watch the entire video and then decide which line applies best to your current reality. Also to let you know that this video does apply to your ascendant and moon sign as well. And if you're not sure what it is, there are plenty of websites that can determine this for you. You just need to input some personal information. If you do know what your ascendant and moon sign is, I would recommend you watch all of the videos because you'll obtain a lot more information about what's happening. Sometimes your sun sign doesn't apply, but your ascendant or moon sign does. So it is, I think, important to see all possibilities here. And also to watch the videos about those that we are thinking about or asking about if we know what their sun sign is, ascendant or moon sign. Watch those videos as well. Okay, so here I have 5 cards. I just need 2 more to complete the first line. Okay, and this is the last card that we have here of the deck. The one that Cancer is going to be a guide for this line here. And the one that you have here in this month of January is the Strength card in reverse. Here what I feel is tiredness, boredom, not knowing how to deal with a certain situation, which is getting out of control. This tells me here that there is an individual that is in your life that is causing a lot of problems, and we're going to get to that part where we see who that person is. Or in some cases, specifically Cancer, it could be that you feel trapped in a situation that you believe today has no way out. So we're going to take a look and see what's happening. Truly, I see that you're not doing well here. This card symbolizes to feel alone, empty. Imagine here 9 empty cups in our lives. If, you could fill all of these cups with everything that is missing in your life. For example, companionship, decisions, money, anything that you can think or feel that you're missing. And specifically in your relationship, I feel that there's at least 5 serious issues there. This tells me here that you, Cancer, and you're represented here by a woman, the Cancer woman, but we may also be talking about a man here, as these are simply energies. It could be a Cancer with another Cancer, or Cancer with another water sign. So, I'm seeing here, obviously, there is something that you're unable to say, something you're not able to communicate to this other person, because the reaction that you're going to get from them is not going to be the best. This tells me that this problem is not new. This comes from a while back. And what I'm seeing here is it's a cycle that's not ending. Sometimes there are better moments. Sometimes a relationship, gets a bit better. Time goes on, you forget things. But then once again, it goes back to the same vicious cycle. And I say vicious cycle here because in some cases, and maybe not in all, because I don't generalize for everyone here, but there are a few cases that I see that it may be caused for addiction, and they're not able to let that addiction go. And you, Cancer, here have said, you know, how long do I have to deal with this for? Either, you know, this person is going to get better and try to recompose their life. I see in certain cases they may even be a little bit violent, have some mental health issues, and not know how to express themselves. So unfortunately for you, this tells me that this is not ending. But I'm going to tell you something important here. You can't do this alone. This situation requires a lot of help. You need to search for it, and if you've already found it, then that's fantastic, because soon this is going to start to change definitively here. So when your relationship, or rather, sorry, when your partner says here, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's say they like drinking, or maybe partying too much. Or even when I said, you know, someone who, when they express themselves, they're very aggressive. Whichever case it may be, for a time being, you know, this happens, and then the relationship gets a bit better, but then it happens again. So that's why it's a vicious cycle here. So this is where we need to cut this cycle off. And this needs to reach its end. This card should be facing the other way. So it tells me that yes, it will end here, but not yet. Because the help that you need, if you haven't searched for it, you need to. And if you have found it, then just know that this is going to be a process. So here I do feel a lot people who are water signs with someone else who's a water sign. And the confusion is quite important here. Let's take a look, Cancer. Well, you know, this card wanted to really turn over. It was turned over before, and I didn't pay attention to it because that was when I initially grabbed the deck. But here, as you've seen, the card really jumped out of the deck, so it really wants me to talk about what's going on here. And this is the labyrinth, the mental labyrinth that is... that's what I've been explaining throughout this reading here. What do I see here? It's a man and two women. A woman who tries to reach that end point there, and they need to pass, you know, by these people here and all these obstacles in order to get to that end point. So here's the help, really. Depends upon you and your partner as well, to be able to achieve the benefit of this help that you're seeking. Let's take a look and see what else there is here. If I can give you a little bit more information. Look here. Whoever tries is going to finally achieve stability. That is all that I can add here, really. Where there is willingness, we can achieve a lot. But when you fall into this cycle over and over again, we really need to ask for help. So what you need to do here, even though the situation may not be simply in a relationship, it could be with a sibling, a parent, anyone really, even children. There are many situations here that could apply to this, and I could spend hours explaining each and every one. And ultimately, this makes you feel at this moment that the house that you live in is not a home. And this also tells me that the fight that is required to regain that warmth in that house is what's going to allow this house to transform into a home, into a refuge for you and your family. So we do need to fight for that, and we do need to try. There is no worse fight than one that is not had. Okay, so let's see here. Well, the letter K is very important here. It could be that both of you have the letter K in your name. It's a possibility. Here I see it's someone who's fighting against the current, really. I see could be a couple who maybe are 43 years old. May also be talking about the year 1988, 89, 77, 76, and 75. And I also feel someone here around 42, 43. So it's not someone who's very young, but I also see that really around them here, there's a lot of disturbances in this home. Also, we may even be talking about people who now, around the new year, may not want to accept them into their home. It may have been, for example, the holidays that had passed, because they always cause problems in the family. And this is definitely a problem that you're going to need to resolve. Here I also feel the energy of someone who is very complex here. So the important really thing is going to be for the whole family to be on the same page and to make this a family decision, really, because no one is able to carry this entire weight on their own. Also, Cancer, something else here. In these cards, I perceive that there is a mother or father that is not doing very well emotionally or mentally because of their age. And here I feel the years 34, 37, and 35. And there is a fight here in the family about what are we going to do. And this is the situation here. It's very clear. Some of you believe that wants this person to continue being in their home. But the question is how. So, be whichever case it may be, try to reach an agreement here. If it's a relationship, then, at least try to make the effort to make this work. Let me take a look here. I saw the letter K and I told you the years. Look, the name that I'm seeing is Edmund. That's the name, male's name that I'm seeing. Edward as well. Edmund or Edward. And someone whose name starts with R or S. Or first name with R, last name with S. So let's see what else we have here. Sorry, this card was upright, but it turned over in my hands here. Once again, we are talking about here to be able to achieve a foundation here and stability. And yes, it's true, Cancer, in this moment, there's definitely a very large obstacle in front of you, but guide yourself from what your intuition is telling you. Your way of being and perceiving life. There are obstacles, smaller ones, larger ones, but I know that you can overcome them. Chile is a country that I'm seeing here. Peru. Well, what I feel here is individuals who live close to Machu Picchu in Peru. People who are not in a situation that really isn't in the best position to provide this person with what they need, to send them to a clinic, for example. But, as I've mentioned, we do need to try this, and we do need to put in some effort into helping this person. Okay, so we're going to continue on here. This was a very strong line here, and it may be specific only to a few individuals. But I had to mention it because the card showed me here, and it's very important here for someone to someone to get that help and to know that the fight is going to be worth it. And if it's your children, it's the same case here. It's very, very difficult here. No one said it's going to be easy, to deal with someone who may have some issues. But I believe that with a lot of love and kindness, you can overcome this. Okay, there was a card that was hidden there, so I'm going to leave it. See what's hidden behind that card. So this tells me, Cancer, that you are trying or are going to try something with an air sign. So it could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Someone who's young. Maybe not so young, but they act young. This person may be on a trip, or may have just recently arrived to where you are. They may even be a pilot or an air flight attendant, any type of work that is related to traveling. General transport, really. So let's see letters here. I'm seeing N. The only thing I'm seeing is the letter N. Okay, and this tells me here that you are in a waiting game right now and seeing if this is going to be possible or not. If I see it is possible, because they do come and go, because they are not fixed in wherever you live, and you're taking your time to make the best decision for yourself. This decision, Cancer, is going to arrive here. Without a doubt, you are going to have to ultimately make a decision if you're going to continue on with this person or you're going to end it, if you accept them or not. I don't really feel that you are in a plan of living together. I feel that this person sporadically comes and goes. Or maybe you go to, you visit them where they live. There's that type of connection that maybe you don't see each other permanently, but when you do see each other, you have some type of connection there. This is the Death card, as you can see, and it tells me there's going to be a change here. And I'm happy here because the card that was hidden behind there is the Wheel of Fortune. And it tells me that destiny and life is going to resolve this problem for you. So, Cancer, don't lose sleep. If really this worries you, keeps you up at night, because this will resolve itself on its own. These cards here tell me that you are going to make a decision here. And also, now that I'm seeing these cards, I feel that it is someone here, because there could be two cases. One is the one I just explained, that you see this person sporadically, and the second case is that you see them sporadically, but you have someone else that you see more permanently. Like I said, it could be one is an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, but I also feel a second person who is Virgo, Taurus. Yeah, Virgo or Taurus. And I see that one of the individuals is not sure about this relationship, because you have to see each other kind of hidden and, things like that. Keep it a little bit occult here. This is for people who are trying to balance out the situation here. And the names that I'm seeing is Sandra, Leo, or it could be Leonardo. Now, what do I see here? What I'm seeing in this card specifically is an island. And the island is Dominican. Here I see, I don't know, a lot of traffic in this situation here. This person is in this island here, and then someone arrives here. So one person arrives and one that is already there. So a fixed relationship and one that comes and goes. So that's kind of the situation that's going on here. So either of the two cases, whether you're with just one person who comes and goes, or you're with someone who comes and goes and you have another relationship, that's the two options that I'm seeing. And as I've said, the island that I'm seeing is Dominican here. Here I'm also seeing, or maybe represented to me here, Canada and Paraguay as well. So one of the people here that is nearby makes you doubt more, because this person is almost, I would say they're with you, but at the same time, there's things that you don't trust about them. Whereas the other person is further away, but it almost seems as if you trust them more. Or maybe you don't have all of the information. Either way, really, you don't trust either one of them, Cancer. And you're trying to balance here to see how you're going to resolve this situation that you're in. I don't know why. I'm also, I'm hearing Romania. Maybe someone is seeing someone from Romania. Romania or Spain. Obviously here the cards are telling me that there's an emotional loss here, because you are the one here who has to hold on to this situation, really. And I can tell you, you know, yes, you need to have spiritual strength here, but on one hand or another, I feel that you could have the complete capacity to decide what is it that you want to do with your life. If you don't trust these people, you know, I don't know up until what point it's worth to feel this way, the way you've been feeling. So this I'll really leave up to your criteria here. If there's no trust on either side, I feel it gets to the point where it's best to be on your own than with someone that you don't care about or trust. And I'm also feeling, you know, this person that comes and goes, when they leave, you really feel destroyed here. So it's not a very good situation to be in. A person that their name starts with E and their last name ends with P or D. Because I'm not able to see the end of the letter here. And also I'm seeing the letter S. Countries, I'm also seeing India. So people who are from India. And China as well. I don't feel that you, in some cases, are going to be able to see each other very regularly, because apparently here distance is a very big factor. So here, I'm seeing that you're going to need to ultimately decide if you have the spiritual strength to carry on in a relationship that is so difficult. Okay, so let's move on to the third line, Cancer. This is great so far. This, I think, is what all of you have been waiting for, this line here. Wow, this is fantastic, Cancer. This is spectacular, this line here. Cancer, in a period of recuperation, a period of rest. And also here, this is telling you that you need to rest in order to regain strength. This is a good period where the majority of people have a time to, regain some strength because, the holidays have just passed, the new year, things like that. And here the cards are advising you that you are a candidate for this, to rest. Rest, rejuvenate, and regain all of your energy and strength. And why? Because if you had an emotional loss or have ended a relationship, here someone arrives into your life. Here someone definitely arrives here. Someone who is very special, not just anyone. Someone who is your soulmate, really. So here I'm seeing there are two people that feel each other and that vibe with the same energy. This was your plan, I believe, from the beginning. And here I'm seeing someone who is a fire sign. Aries, first of all, Sagittarius, or Leo. This tells me also Gemini as well. This is an individual who is very centered. Someone who has plans. Someone who knows what they want in life. And I'm seeing that you may already know them or may not, but this really starts as a friendship and goes growing as time goes on. And here you are, Cancer. I see you content in your element. This is your card here. And here you are waiting for the ship, and the ship has arrived. And it's arrived with good news. Here we're also talking about Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Yep. And look here. Either two ships are arriving and you get to choose. Because here I'm seeing two different things. Either there's two people, as I've said, air and fire, or simply it's telling me that the person who arrives into your life, who is a fire sign, brings good news in which, yes, they are willing to formalize a stable relationship with you. So whichever case it may be, the end is this. It's stability in a relationship. I don't feel so much that you're going to have to pick here. I think it's the same individual that simply communicates with you and tells you, yes, I'm coming to see you. Yes, I'm getting on that plane and I'm gonna have a stable relationship with you. I want to meet your family, all of that kind of stuff. Something like that is going to happen. But this is very important here. This is definitely a relationship that I see for the long run. Let me take a look and see what I can observe from these cards. What else? Well, here I'm seeing San Francisco. Let me take a look here. The letter M. If the person is traveling to meet you, they may be traveling from a city that starts with the letter N, C, I'm not seeing much else here in the cards. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing so far. We're going to take a look at these cards here. I believe that this situation is what many of you have been hoping for and even dreamed of, which is a fantasy almost turned reality. It could be maybe that someone communicated with you on the 13th and said that they're going to meet up with you. or maybe they've received some documentation, government documentation that they're able to travel, and in certain cases, even children. Children that have been far away, finally get reunited with extended family, things like that. Here I'm also seeing the names Raul. I'm not sure if Loreno? Jim also. I'm also seeing a name here that may be somewhere in Europe, but also Kraus. I see it with the letter K, or even Germany. But definitely a name starts with K, Kraus, and I see has the two dots on top of one of the letters, and it starts with the letter K. Seeing if there's any more information here. So here, the obstacle card is in reverse here. So the person may have decided to travel on the 31st and arrived on the 21st. And that obstacle that was in between, impeding for you two to reunite, disappears. You see the letter V also. C. C and P as the last name. This is, I don't know, this is truly, I think, what most of you have hoped for in this new year, is to unite with someone, a loved one, or meet someone who's going to be your soulmate. I feel reunions that are going to be very important with people who do love each other. Someone arriving who is maybe expecting a baby as well. Could be your child. Look, what I'm seeing here in this moment, this is what I'm being shown here. Someone is waiting a partner to arrive, and she is expecting a baby and has also a child, one or two. One child may be quite young, 6-7 years old, and the other one may be a bit older, and the mother is expecting a baby, and you have been waiting to get to know the family. I'm not sure how to express this, but I feel the happiness, the emotion that you're going to feel when you finally reunite with this person. Please tell me if you're in this situation and if this wish comes true, this desire, because I'm seeing it so clearly here. The countries that I'm seeing here is very clear. I'm seeing someone arrives from Spain or Argentina. Someone goes from Chile to Spain. It could also be Uruguay as well. Could be Uruguay. But the other person I'm not able to see here where they're from. Let me take a look. So the person who is in Uruguay, I feel that the second individual or the family arrives from North America. Not from Europe, so from North America. And it's been many years since they've seen them. For a certain motive or another, maybe you may have traveled, but they were not able to come. And this year I'm seeing that it's finally happening, and I congratulate you on that. The ages I'm seeing 41, 1941, 1966, 67, and 68. '79 and 83 as well. Here, this is talking about financial changes. And I feel that this change, because here I'm seeing that something has happened. So, for certain reasons, the trip was possible, the reunion has been possible. This material or financial change that this person is going to bring is what's going to allow this family or this partnership to reunite again. So, really, it is a great thing, and I feel very happy about this. I know someone is going to cry quite a bit in this reunion. The names I'm seeing: Elsa. The mother is named Elsa. And the father could be Carlos. Cindy as well. Robert. Hopefully, I always see things that are so beautiful, especially around this time as well. Really touched me, this line. Yeah, look at this. Yes. What the angels are telling you. Yes, Cancer, what you want, you will achieve. Whatever it is, recuperation, someone who was not doing well in your family, it'll happen. The partner that you were hoping for, if you need to make a decision with someone who lives far away, you will have the strength to be able to make the best decision for you. I'm going to need to end this reading, unfortunately, but I thank you so much. I wish you all the best in this new year, and I hope you have an excellent 2019. And please write to me if this happens to you, because it'll make me extremely happy to know that someone has had this wish come true. Very, very beautiful. Thank you again. Take care.